The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour. And it doesn't matter where you're at as long as you're here at the appointed time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So what do we have going on today? Well, a little bit of a pop, but probably not expected for a few things. One of the top things in my newsletter this morning was the incredibly high short selling yesterday and the day before in AMD. We talked about taking that trade on Friday. I didn't see it this morning, but it was kind of mostly in. But certainly, as I say in a bear market, the truth of the matter is you probably only want to be short about 25% of the time. And the mistake that people make, and I get emails from them every day, is forecasting the end of the world. The reality is that you have a long, slow moves higher and sudden screams lower. It reminds me a great deal of what airline pilots say their life is like, and it's hours and hours of boredom with seconds of sheer terror. And that's kind of it. In a bear market, you're going to have a lot of time where people are going to all believe that the end of the world is nigh. The stock will go up. Eventually, they'll quit shorting. Volume will drop, and it goes down to the next leg. But AMD, 42%. I think it was 42%. I'll have to look again, but I think it was 40 or 42% short sellers yesterday in it by the FINRA data. If everybody has the same idea, it's probably not a good idea being short. I'll tell you that right now. So anyway, it's up 9%. NVIDIA up about 5%. But you know what? It's not a day that goes by that I don't have some widget telling me about the impending doom of NVIDIA or AMD or some other stock and telling me it's going to zero. Stocks go higher, stocks go lower. And as I almost said Basil. I almost said I think now I'm confused myself. Mr. Bevel brought from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I almost brought up that name for some reason. I don't know why it entered my brain. Bezos, Bevelbroth. Been a long time since I wrote it. Of course, we all know the answer to the universe and everything is 42 from that documentary on aliens coming. But certainly, as I do digress, what is it? Oh, Manoir, what's his name? Manoir. Oh, God, now it's going to drive me nuts. Anyway, well, now I'm going to actually look it up because you forced me to. What is it? Lightning. Benoit Mandelbrot. There, I've got it. And let's see what else. Clouds are not spheres. Mountains are not cones. Coastlines are not circles, and bark is not smooth. Nor does lightning travel in a straight line. Neither do markets themselves. But Mr. Fractal himself, Mr. Mandelbrot. Maybe that's why Bezos, I think the name was very close to the Mandelbrot in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But I do digress. Yeah, Mandelbrot. Zaphod, that's why I'm thinking of it. Bevelbrot. There we go. Thank you. Mandelbrot and Bevelbrot. Maybe that's why I thought of the name. Anyway, we're seeing a lot of stuff out here now. The question is it a bull or bear market? Most people don't know why they call them bear markets. and bull markets? Most people don't know. The reason is bear markets claw, and a bear claws down. And a bull will come and get you with his horns and flip you up. So a bull market assumes that it's going to grab you and toss you higher. A bear market looks like it's going to grab you by the shoulders and crush you to the ground. So anyway, the question is almost always, what does the volume look like in this market? And yesterday, even though we kind of pushed a little higher, it was on lighter volume comparatively to the down days. We're doing about 7.1 billion shares as we start the show here at 2:11 in God's time zone, in God's state, in God's city, out here in Clearwater, Florida. So what else do we have in the land of freedom? Okay. Anyway, volume is a little bit lighter. I'm a little bit thinking out here, but the question, I think we got a few out here. Rally and then tank. I don't really see a lot up here that says anything's going to change. There was somebody wanted to look at something earlier up here. Something break out. Did I see it? Okay. BMY breaking out of consolidation. Bristol Myers Squibb. Let's take a quick look. First at the IBB. You're just up on almost no volume. So I certainly don't like the neighborhood Bristol Myers Squibb is hanging out in. You had, was it 1, 2? You're kind of up into the third gap up here. Volume is crap. Volume yesterday, 3 million shares, 3.2 million shares the day before that, 4.7 million shares the day before that. You got 1.3. Does not look good. As I said before, this may just be what Wyckoff called an automatic rally. And what you want is this thing to pull back on lighter volume, get back down there with maybe 1 million shares like it's doing today, and then turn around and go higher. That would be a breakout. This probably not a V bottom, my guess anyway, or my educated opinion. But no, you're just an automatic rally. The ones that you want to really put money on are not the automatic rallies. Those are rallies that take time and effort to develop. They also give you more than just one day of a turnaround and then light volume higher. So let's take a look at the BMY here. But right now, BMY in a cracked neighborhood, but very different than the rest. Holding up at highs. We'll see what the volume comes in like. But you want about 20 million shares. You got about 7. So, well, certainly you don't have a sign of strength. Now, could you get a couple of days? I've been looking for maybe some kind of high to come in on Wednesday. And at that point, we're going to find out whether or not we slide back down to 4,000 on the cash. But volume hasn't been good. This is kind of just a bounce. I suspect in a downtrend, volume could come along, could be wrong, but so far it's not. 877-927-6648.
Of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve and a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Are you grinding in the market, but seeing little to no return? Or are you a successful trader, simply looking to make your job a little easier? Learn to take the path of least resistance with David White's powerful trading newsletter. David White is an accomplished trader whose deep understanding of technology and the markets allows him to consistently find and share winning trades. Support and resistance define the ranges in which stocks trade. By understanding these trading ranges, David White is able to find the path of least resistance. David White's trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, is delivered daily before the markets open to make every trading day an easy win. Visit TFNN.com today and subscribe to David White's Ultimate Trading Newsletter for $119 a month. And try all of our newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Take the path of least resistance at TFNN, educating investors. Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
As we're back, we have on here, and it's kind of pushing up a light volume, and then of course we fell on a comment by Chairman Powell. We'll see whether or not or how far this goes. We're going to take a look at earnings this morning from the retail sector, several retail sectors anyway. But first, we're going to do a little bit of history.
Then it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day, on 1991, the first web server in history set up by Tim Berners-Lee. I never trusted people with three names. The European Particle Physics Laboratory in Geneva, Switzerland, otherwise known as CERN, for those that live in Lutz, launched the first servers considered the public release of the World Wide Web. This day in 1991, I remember it was all the buzz at the Supercomputing Center and talk at the computer club that I belonged to at the time, where all these fancy folk met. But it was really probably 1995, 1996 before it got going. I'm going to say that. About 5 years of get people getting used to it. I used to actually use it through CompuServe, if you can remember that. With dial-up, of course, everybody had to dial up to everything. But I had CompuServe, which allowed us to get on the interweb. I think I want to say 1992, I started using some of the internet protocol stuff via CompuServe. But man, that seems like a million years ago. And yes, the internet is just a fad. Al Gore Swiss. Anyway, okay. What else do we have going on? Oh, I had a question of what I thought about the crypto fallout. And I just had to kind of rub it in a little bit out here because there was a couple of things that I thought was very interesting this year. But you could almost call the top of crypto with this ad.
Four simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Okay, Matt, I want to sell my house, all my cars, and put all my money in raising alpacas. What do you think?
With 4 simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Okay, I'm going to sell my farm and sell my kids for medical experiments and put all the money into, I don't know, dodgy coin?
With 4 simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
But not the stupid. And, of course, nothing like getting your investment advice from actors. And it made me think of this thing I was playing, I'm going to say almost about this time last year, maybe last summer, out there, that I just found hysterical and a good sign that we were probably ready to get absolutely crushed like a bug on the windshield. And it is that season down here for the love bugs, if you come down to Florida. Remember to bring a lot of quarters for the quarter car wash to get them off. But this was the ad going in to spring last year that made me pretty sure that we were probably within about 6 months of some kind of impending doom.
Eat, sleep, and trade. Eat, sleep, and trade. Eat, sleep, and trade, baby.
What are we supposed to do?
Eat, sleep, and trade. Eat, sleep, and trade. Eat, sleep, and trade, baby.
Well, that guy's long gone. I can't find hide nor hair of his website or anything else. But he was advertising nonstop on CNBC and YouTube and everything else. I don't know. I can't even remember the guy's name now. But just be wary of investment advice. And a lot of people poo-pooed me when I said that Bitcoin and other things were risky investments. But I guess the shoe's on the other hand now, isn't it, Mr. Crypto? Anyway, the Count of Monte Crypto. Maybe I probably would have named my crypto coin that. It would have been Monte Crypto. Don't you think that's the best name ever? I probably should have registered it, before I brought it up. Anyway, bye. Yeah, Kramer, bye. And, of course, there's always those folks that are out there. But anyway, just sometimes you have to have a laugh. But certainly I love, yes, he's been mocked all over the world. And all I can remember or the thing I remember most from Team America, the South Park guys who did the marionette thing, was, of course, I'm Matt. Did they? Hang on a second. Oh, I didn't see that they'd come back after him already. I'll have to check that out during the next break. But yeah, just be careful. Anyway, we got that stuff done. So what do we want to go to next out here? Well, I got the things I wanted to talk about. We wanted to get to these. Walmart down, double the volume back to the previous low. I don't know what. I kind of feel like I'm a broken record saying that if people don't realize that literally our policies in the U.S. Aggressively against making sure that there's the free flow of oil at market prices is not becoming a problem. It just absolutely killed Walmart this time. Down on some fairly huge volume. He's going to break through the previous. It's going to break through the previous lows. I had to sneeze there. It's getting to that time. I go out, walk the dogs or something, come back in. And, of course, it's a pleasant 71 degrees in the trading den. And that and a little bit of light. That's all I need. Anyway, not a lot to report here other than if you think that there's any way out of a recession, it's not going to happen until we get the free flow of oil at market prices. A couple articles out and a couple people emailing me saying I was a nitwit. But check out all the articles about the government making sure and threatening anybody that was possibly lending money to these oil companies for additional drilling. C, we have a policy, and I'm going to say 75, 80% of all the inflation rolls right back into energy prices. So you know what you're getting if you want higher energy prices. And that is a never-ending 1970s inflation model. We'll be back in a minute.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs, and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Others out for the bell with earnings this morning. It's the homeless despot. And certainly they're there. Lots of volume today. Not really holding up the slightly higher move. Energy is about the same as it was higher and lower. You did get a lower volume out here. It's very tough to see any of these retail companies doing better, knowing that the housing Titanic level disaster is just around the bend. It's got to be, right? Higher interest rates, all that stuff. The collapse of a lot of those in not only huge higher inflation, but probably we're going to watch over the summer the numbers on unemployment go up probably 2%. I bet by next fall we probably have seen some kind of low, and we'll see a ton of stuff rotate through the summer, mostly on the back of high energy prices and a total lack of people buying new houses. But again, probably fairly easy to see in the rearview mirror and in the big windscreen ahead of us. But not much going on there. JD.com, get a little taste, a little flavor of what's going on out here in China. On this one, not much of anything. You did get higher today. Like most everything, rolling off a little bit. This is the kind of sign of a bear market, and that is pops not holding their highs very well. Anybody that can find a higher price to sell into is more than willing to do so. Rolled a bit. You got a lot of volume out here. Really never got above this double gap, and why I love double gaps. Your last one's down there at 46.83. My guess is you want at least one more retest of that 46.83 since it came on 3 million shares more than the April 21st. It was a little bit of an island reversal. Not horrible, but again, one of the reasons I really dislike the way this market is set up is so many of these highs back in the end of April came with huge energy on the way down. Yeah, can you get a bounce? You can. It's going to be short-lived. You're going to, at best, if you want some kind of time to buy something for more than a day, you want a retest of the previous lows on lighter volume. In this case, I'd want 47 really cleared out on light volume to absolutely prove that this thing had hit some kind of low. See if we have anything else out here that looked interesting in earnings. That was most of that. And then we'll go to after the bell tonight. Keys was a huge winner into the start of 5G. They made a lot of equipment for it. There's just not that much equipment needed anymore. China, 78% of all new phones in China are using 5G technology. The rest of the world is lagging behind them somewhat. But Keysight got to those lofty highs of 209 by selling huge amounts of equipment for the 5G rollout. Now we're kind of over the top of that. You got a little bit of a bounce out here. Great company. Don't confuse a great company with a giant upgrade cycle in 5G. But most of that equipment's going to be out there. You know, if you bought $20,000 test leads and $100,000 oscilloscopes or $500,000 oscilloscopes or whatever it is for these super high data rates and high frequency products that are coming down the line. There's only a handful of people that actually need it. You know, Apple buys 5 of them. Are they going to sell 5 more next year to Apple? No. They're just going to share them in their thing. So it's not uncommon to see these kind of boom bust cycles in 5G, and that's really what Keysight, for the most part, was all about, all the lead up. That's kind of over. Now we're into the build-out cycle where companies that actually put up the towers and that kind of machinery pretty much design. Maybe there's going to be incremental improvements in that stuff over time, but the base design of a lot of the stuff is done. The test equipment is probably pretty much in there. Could this thing bounce up to 150 or 60 bucks? It could, but that would just be a bounce in probably a lower time frame. 877-927-6648. And no, Monty Hall is not on the line. Let's go back here to some other stuff. Okay, enable now usage. Okay. Approve this. Okay. What else do we want to go and take a look at today? We'll look at the usual suspects. As I said at the very beginning of the show, AMD continues to be massively shorted. I don't know what these people are doing for. It reminds me of the joke of the hunter that goes out and goes hunting for the bear, and he goes to shoot the bear. The bear sneaks up on him and ravages him. And he goes back. He gets a bigger gun this time, goes back out in search of the bear. Bear ravages him. Comes back this time with a cannon. And he's looking into the woods, looking for the bear. All of a sudden, he gets a tap on his shoulder. And he tells the guy, I guess you don't come here to hunt, do you? So you got that. And the idea that you're going to short AMD into zero is beyond me. It is lower. It does go lower. But again, as my warning at the very beginning of the show and most of my shows, even in a bear market, they tend to be going up 3/4 of the time. It's just much lower than they go down 1/4 of the time in a market. So probably the best word of advice, if you're looking at these high flyers and everybody else is shorting them, you probably should take an aspirin, take a nap, and start thinking about other things to do with your money than short these massively over-shorted high-tech companies. Now, when I play these, I do say that there is some reasons why these things should be priced lower. Not at the moment, but you certainly could see China invade Taiwan at any point. These companies are worth zero. And that's got to be in it. Maybe that's why they're half the price. Maybe there's other reasons. I will leave that to Mr. Market. But at the same time, during that time, we've seen stocks that were totally worthless, probably still worthless today. GMC, or is it GM? Yeah. And AMC, the movie theater, really worthless. But if you get the right financing, can you run shorts for a long time? You can. Maybe a little less of that than certainly GameStop, GME, excuse me. But that's it. I'm not going to say sales are not doing well. I'm just going to say that sales are not going to hit the peaks that they did at the very beginning of 5G. That is my belief out here. Question about putting in lotto tickets. Yeah, there aren't any. I've looked. There aren't a lot of cheap lotto tickets for Taiwan going out of business. Everybody's got the same idea. They're all expensive. If you buy a put Friday, not very expensive. Buy one for September. I think you're giving up half the price of the stock to get now in a lot of these high-tech companies that could be hit. I'll be back in a minute.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
As we come back, someone brought up Square. 3 days of declining. Well, you may have a little better volume out here today, but certainly it's a whole lot less than 4 or 5 days ago. I don't see much in that. But again, in a bear market, any holding of higher prices is always a reason to rejoice if you're long. TLT, this did not bounce anywhere close to where I was looking at. But again, any close higher would be a double repo pattern above the 3x3 displaced moving average. I don't see anything imminent, but a couple of days higher, you get back about 116. You'll probably go to that 120, 121 area where this gap is back from, what is that, the 29th of April. So you could have a little bit move higher again. Question on GDXJ. Of course, you can fire your emails off to Path, P-A-T-H, at TFNN.com. Now, you had that super high volume low, so you want that retested 3508 on 13 million shares. That was kind of a washout. You're kind of up here. Again, a lot of these patterns are just that way. I want them to pull back down with lighter volume and then go back above to get a really good signal that the selling is over. We do not have that yet. All we have is the automatic rally without preparation and not set up there. Okay. Take a look at the XME out here. Very tough to see if energy prices hold higher and exploration continues to be punished, at least in the United States. These are tough. Literally everything revolves on the free flow of oil at market prices. And we are sadly against that. And I don't think that changes much of anything. Light volume pop higher out here. Again, all these would be much better buys on a pullback with very light volume. This one, the May 12th at 10 million shares. You get back into there at 6-7 million shares. And then the next move above a 3x3 would think you could get back up to 54 fairly easily, maybe even 57. I think there's probably a decent bounce in it. I just think everybody's way over the tips of their skis in thinking these happen sooner rather than a little later. I'm kind of in the little later camp. Now, stocks potentially topping out. You want to look for any close below the 3x3 right now on the UNG. You've had no volume for the last 4 days on the way higher. This is really starting to look kind of a preface. No, a preface. Yes, a ledge which you stand on that is not all that stable. Prefaces. I can't even say it today. Okay, next one on the list for me to take a look at is MU. Yeah, pretty much what I thought. Prepa. I don't know why I can't say it today. Probably because I've had a stroke. Precipice. Don't know. Maybe because I haven't said it in 5 years. That's the problem with sitting at home as a trader. You don't talk a lot. You think of the words, but you don't. It's like writing in script anymore. When's the last time you wrote a check? I don't know if I could even write my signature anymore, or if it looks anything like it. When's the last time you actually put your name on something? I mean, I've had a few documents, but man, I probably did it in 2000 and probably wrote my signature down 5,000 times. If I do it 50 times this year, I'm going to be amazed. Micron, a little bit higher again. No volume out here. You got to be really thinking that these things are probably close to being long in the tooth. Maybe you go up on no volume until Friday. There is no signal here to pull the ripcord. You're just up on very light volume, which connotes that you're going to come back down on probably heavier volume. We all do it, Dave. Okay. Milton Freeman, boy. The guy's probably rolling in his grave. Okay, we looked at that. What else do we have out here? Question on Tesla. TLSA. Look at that. What else is out there? I wonder what this is. Okay. I don't know why. Maybe I lost it. I had something I was going to talk about this. But I do not know. Okay. You went down to the previous low. It's pretty much the same volume. Nothing's really changed. You were down on just slightly lighter volume from the April 5th high. Again, high interest rates kill everything, including car sales. Not a lot of people going to spend 120 grand on a new car. Some will. But I've never, like I said, I'm going to probably go to my grave saying this is a $40 company. Eventually it will get there. I'm waiting and hoping for a very light volume push that no one shorts to get short this thing for the next big leg down now that we're starting to see a lot of competition come to the market. You've got at least the same volume down below. You got too many shorts for my taste out here, but back about 900, maybe 950 up here on light volume. That may be the next big run, and eventually I think this thing's coming down to about 580 on the on the side. What else did I have out here? I don't know. Nugman. He says, let's see, what do he says? Precipice. After a while, the stroke goes away, and I can say things like precipices. Now, I said it once right. I probably should have stopped right there. Precipice. There it is, right? It's there the second time. Okay, what else? We got a couple more emails here. Let's take a look. For the Nug boy. Okay. He shares my love for the Nug man, the original Miami Vice. Although I'm waiting for the one to come out this fall. It's been in the can now for 6 months. I'm not exactly sure what they're waiting for, but probably next fall, I guess. Okay, we look at the keys. WM1, Bristol Myers Squibb. That's pretty much it. When we come back, we'll wrap the day up. Give me a call, 877-927-6648, or email me at pat@tfnn.com. I'm listening.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With market volatility roaring back in April, Larry Pesavento has just announced a 5-hour live trading webinar coming up on May 17th. Larry Pesavento is a 56-year trading veteran and has mastered his trading skills through many different market fluctuations. Join Larry on May 17th as he hosts a live 5-hour trading webinar from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, giving you insight into how he analyzes the market and decides his plays. Larry will delve deep into the ABCD trading pattern, explaining how to structure your trading day, the times most likely to generate signals, which signals to ignore, and how to use the pattern to mitigate risk. In this all-day 5-hour live trading webinar, take a seat by Larry's side as he trades the markets real time, including the Dow and S&P 500E mini, crude oil, natural gas, gold, treasury bonds, wheat and soybeans, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, and more. If you've ever wanted to get inside the mind of a market master, you cannot miss this live trading webinar. To sign up today, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And as we get ready to wrap up another excellent show, we look at the markets already in progress over most of TFNN and its stations, back up to kind of the highs before Powell came by and dropped a Baby Ruth in the punch bowl and lost 20 points on the S&P cash, but we're back up there now. 4,079, 4,100 is probably extreme resistance in this market. And could we go higher? We could if everybody decides to short it. They'll take them to the cleaners again tomorrow. I'll make that decision tonight when I see all the data come in and put it in the newsletter, as I do each morning. But not a lot of reasons to see any signals today. Of course, tomorrow is kind of a mini delta neutral day for option market makers, so we'll get a little bit better idea. But going into summer, trading volume is going to start to decrease a bit, and really the rollover date historically is next week, although we'll see probably a little bit of it this week. But lighter volume, and then really kind of the beginning of summer trading is the first 3-day weekend of the summer, so we're looking out to that. But yeah, don't be surprised to see them take the people that are continuing to stay short in a bounce in a bear market to be taken out. They're the easiest ones. If you want to sell something and there are a lot of shorts, the easiest way is just jack the price up, make the shorts buy your shares at a much higher price. Not only are you out of your shares, you made more money doing it, and it's been something around the market since the beginning of the market. You'll see lighter volume, and then eventually no one will fight, no one will short, and the market will be ready for its next leg down. There's no sign of that quite yet. Sell when you can, not when you have to. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and shiny.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible